Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah,
Am I the only person in the meeting, sir?
yeah.
Or are we waiting for someone or we'll continue?
No, we'll start the class now, not waiting.
Okay.
The people are just logging in. No, I have to allow to talk.
Okay.
So I'm in that process.
Okay, sir. No problem.
Your good name?
My name is Azam, sir.
Azam. Okay.
Ahmed Azam.
Okay. Hello. Good evening for everyone. Welcome to Logical Lab Python course. So, do you have any idea about Python?
Little bit, sir.
So,
Python is a programming language, sir.
how many of you know Python? Just type yes on your chat.
One.
So just type yes on your if you know Python, just type yes on the chat. If you don't know Python, just type no on the chat.
So what about that? It's an intermediate or beginner like that.
Yeah, it's a beginner course actually.
Beginner. Okay.
Yeah, I'll show the content. So it's for the beginner who doesn't know anything with Python.
Okay.
It includes everything, but it includes Python. Like it is going to be, we're going to teach you what is all about Python, how to code it. Right. So this is an introductory course actually. Who doesn't know anything, right? And see, I'll just show you. Share the document now. Before sharing my document, I'll just tell you some of the rules and regulations of a logical lab. Actually, this course is broadly divided into two. One is going to be introduction to Python. The other one is advanced Python programming. So I think that I'm not. That is the logical lab is not introduced advanced Python here. Got it?
Okay, sir. But I heard some air noise while you talking.
My side. No one is there in my house.
I can hear
When
some.
is that?
How about others?
I do not. Let me check it. Yeah. 1 moment. Rajesh is talking, right?
No, sir, I'm just in mute. Just one clarification. So, Logic Lab, they are not conducting any advanced Python?
They are not yet conducting any?
Advanced Python courses?
No.
Okay.
No, we are into Python course, only this much. I'll share you the document. You can see.
Okay.
So then, see, before getting into this content, I'll share you the rules and regulations of So, good evening, everybody. I'm Rakesh. Right, Rakesh Kumar. I have nearly about 20 years of experience. I'm working as a Salesforce architect. Right. I do give training also. I'm passionate towards training. Right. I give a lot of corporate trainings and all this stuff. So I'm a corporate trainer for Cognizant, and for other companies. I do give the sales. I'm a certified Salesforce professional. I'm certified AWS professional. I'm certified Oracle, right? DBA, and so I teach other courses like Python, right? Java, Oracle, Salesforce, AWS, all the stuff, right? So thing is that we do give training in Python now. So like the timing is going to be from 6:30 IST, right? You can see I'm the trainer. The course fee is going to be 4130 and duration is going to be 40 days here. Anything in case you want to talk with Logical Labs, you can talk with, you can call them 9390246410 or 8074509049. Or in case you want to write anything, you want to mail to somebody else, right? You can go with support@logicallabtext.com, right? So anything you want to log, you want to check anything, right? You go to this website, logicallabstext.com, you can, or text.com, right? So that you can get the information. And there is a general information that, right, for any queries, you can contact Logical Lab team. There is a backend team is there. You can contact them. The first two sessions is going to be free. Right. To attend on the third session, Zoom link will be shared to the registered participant who pay the fees. Got it? So no batch shifting is allowed here. So for session update, join your WhatsApp community. Right. So for WhatsApp community, you have to go to this chat.whatsapp.com. Right. If you go, so all the session recording notes you can access through Graphy. What is it? The Graphy platform. Got it? So logical support team will be available from Monday to Saturday between 9 a.m. to 7 a.m. IST. Right? Any queries, anything, you can contact the support at logicallabtext.com or to this phone number. Right? Wish you happy learning. And now, so welcome all to Python programming. And I'm going to share the content. You can check your content. So like, so we're going to start with basic. What is Python? So why Python? Right? History of Python. So application to Python. So then,
Rakesh, sorry to interrupt. Can I ask you something?
yeah, tell me.
Still, I'm able to hear some noise from your end. If you are silent, still I can hear some air noise. I think Yamini Kandati also mentioned the same thing. Still,
My side.
yes. If you are silent, still I'm able to hear some air noise.
What noise you are getting?
Yeah, some kind of. Still, I can see that Logic Labs is talking when you are silent.
I can get you.
Getting some type of wind noise.
Yes.
One moment. I'll fit myself inside my room. Now, are you hearing any noise? Hello?
No, it's far better, Rakesh. Thank you.
It's far better. Still, you are hearing any noise.
Yeah, your voice is a little bit of low and some kind of variations. I don't know about others, but I am feeling that way.
Yeah, now it will be better, right?
Yes,
You are able to hear, right? Okay.
yes, yes.
Okay. So let me continue. So the Python content, we're going to start with basics. What is Python? Why Python? History of Python, application of Python, features of Python, advantages of Python, versions of Python, installation of Python, flavors of Python, comparison between various programming language with C, Java, and Python. So this is the introductory class, right? Followed with we're going to discuss about Python operation, like Python modes of execution, interactive mode of execution, batch mode of execution, Python editors and IDEs, Python data type, Python constant, variables, comments in Python, print function, output function, input function, right? Type of conversion. You're going to see the type conversion, type of method, ID of function, all these functions, comments in Python, escape sequence in Python, string in Python, string indices and slicing. So, like this is the second module. Coming to the third module, operation in Python, like what are the operators in Python, like arithmetic operator, comparison operator, logical operator, relational operator, assignment operator, shorthand assignment operator, bitwise operator, membership operator, right? We're going to discuss about operators in Python and IDEs. Like we can work with PyCharm, right? PyCharm component, Anaconda. What is Conda, right? Anaconda prompt, Anaconda navigator. So inside the Anaconda prompt, right, we're going to use Jupyter Notebook. What are the features of Jupyter? So like Spider IDE, so like Conda and Pip and all those things. Like we're going to discuss about IDE here. Then slowly we'll get into control statements like block or class, indentation, how to do indentation here, right? Like condition statement like if else, if if, right? Then while loop, right? No, this undercoming and looping, while else, for loop, right? Range, nested for loop, break, continue, pass statement, all those things we're going to discuss in control structures, right? Control statement. Then coming to string in Python, how to create a string, how to index the string, right? String indexing, string slicing, concatenation, string concatenation, string comparison, string splitting and joining, finding the substring, then string case change, splitting the string methods and so on. Then we're going to start with collections, right? Introduction, then list, tuples, set, dictionaries, how we are going to perform operation in on collection, functions per collection, methods of collection, nested collection. So different between list, tuple, and set, right? List, tuple, set, and dictionary, right? And one by one, elaborately, we are going to discuss about. First, we are going to go with list, how to create a list, how to index a list. So slicing a list. So list operation, nested list, the list modification, list insertion, deletion. We have predefined methods available that we are going to discuss here, right? So then we go into tuples, right? So we're going to discuss what is tuple, tuple properties, tuple creation, tuple indexing and slicing, tuple operation, nested tuples, tuple methods, difference between lists and tuples, right? Then we slowly get into set here, set properties, set creation, set operation, set mathematical operation, set methods, insertion, deletion operation. Then, so we're going to discuss about Python dictionary, right? So what is dictionary? Dictionary properties, dictionary, how do we create that dictionary, right? So how to perform dictionary operation? What are the dictionary methods are available? How to insert key values into dictionaries and how to delete the elements. Dictionary, what is the difference between list, tuple, set, and dictionary? All these things will be covered. Then we're going to discuss about functions in Python. So how to define a function, what is a function, how to define a function, calling a function, properties of function, examples of function, categories of function, right? So we have different types of arguments like default argument, non-default argument, keyword argument, non-keyword argument, variable length arguments, right? So different types of arguments, right? And then variable scope, call by value, call by reference, passing collection into a function, local and global variable, recursive function, Boolean function, passing function to a function, that is called nested function, anonymous or lambda function, right? We are not going to give any name to the function, right? And we're going to add filters and map function here, right? So these are the things that we're going to discuss in Python function. In Python, next one module. Right? What is a module? Different types of module, right? How to create user-defined module, how to setting a path, how to import. I'm going to use import statement, importing module here, right? Normal import, and you're going to use from keyword from a particular module. You're going to import, right? You're going to use that keyword here, module alias, directory function, working with standard module like Mac, random, date and time, OS module, right? So these things will be covered in modules in Python. Then we'll come back to packages. So we're going to create a package, and we're going to define a package, import from package, right? So we're going to use, how do we going to use a package here? For package, what is required? Underscore, underscore, you need underscore, underscore, or py file is required very much for this, for to make understand the compiler or interpreter, right? So then we're going to define the sub packages, importing from sub packages. All those things will be discussed in packages. Then coming to exception handling, you know very well what is exception handling. From C++ onwards, we are learning exception handling here, right? We should know what is error handling and exception handling. How do you handle your exception? So we're going to discuss the type of errors, like semantical error, syntax error, right? All those like compile time error, runtime error. So we're going to discuss what is exception, what is the need for exception handling, what is a predefined exception, try, except, finally block. We're going to discuss about that. Nested block, handling the multiple exception, user-defined exception, raise statement. Right? How we're going to raise your exception. So all these things we're going to discuss in the exception handling. And file handling. So we should know what is file, right? What are the operations performed in the file? Like read operation, write operation, read-write operation, append operation, right? So I want to find out the position in the file, right? So that is we're going to use tell method and seek method here, reading the data from the file, appending the data to the file. So with open statement and other various functions we are going to discuss in file handling. Yes. No, Murthy Garu, no. I'm inside the room now. Right, there's only fan sound you might have here. Right, so nothing else other than that. I'm only speaking. There is no any other. The entire room is closed. Beyond that, I cannot do anything. Right, I'm sitting alone inside the room. At least if you say before I was sitting in the hall, right? So, but still, okay, but still there was no noise. I was alone sitting there because when I teach classes, I make sure that so that also I cannot stop, right? Without fan, I cannot sit, right? So like so there is no other noise. Even I've written so many exams inside the room, right? So nobody even when I write the exam, they won't say like this. I'm teaching a lot of batches. I didn't get this kind of what is it? Very particular about this, right? Then we're going to discuss about hoops concept. So hoops future, encapsulation, abstraction. So what is all class? What is object? Right. So then we're going to discuss about the hoops future like abstraction, class, object, static method, non-static variable. There are static methods, defining the method, difference between functional method, constructor. So we have different types of constructor here. Parameters constructor, default constructor, non-parameters constructor, built-in attribute, object reference, destructor, garbage collection, type of inheritance. What is inheritance? We're going to discuss the type of inheritance, polymorphism, the method overloading, overriding, super office statement. So all these things will be covered here in the hoops concept. Coming to regular expression. Do you know what is regular expression? So forming the regular expression, compiling the regular expression, grouping, and here we're going to use match function. We'll try to match it. And search function. What is difference between matching and searching, splitting a string, replacing a text, validation. So this thing will be covered in regular expression. And followed with database connectivity. Introduction to database. Right, installing Oracle database or like MySQL. Instead of Oracle database, I do go with MySQL. MySQL database, create a database user, installing Oracle or like MySQL Python modules, right, establishing connection with MySQL, closing database connection. So cursor objects, right, executing SQL queries, retrieving the data from the database, and using bind variables, executing, right, and then we're going to perform DML operations in the database, SQL queries, transaction management, handling errors, right? All those stuff we're going to discuss in the database here. And coming to date and time, right? How to use date and time class here, and then time and data objects, calendar in Python, time module, Python calendar modules. So these things will be discussed with respect to date and time module. Then operating system or OS module, right? How to list the directory, how to change the directory, how to make the directory, how to rename the file directory, how to remove the directory. Right? So all these things will be discussed here in the operating system module. With this, the course will get over, right? So these things will be covered here in Python, right? So you have any doubts as of now? Anything you want to say, you can tell me. So the entire content has been showed, discussed with you, and all these things will be covered fully. Right? Followed with, I'm going to give a link, like a HackerRank link, so that you can start working on whenever you're free. You can start working on your HackerRank, right? So then, and followed with, like, I'll share my documents, PPTs, right? Everything will be allowed, right? But not now, not the first day. Each and every module, when I complete each and every module, or I have splitted all this PPT into 4 sections, right? Once I complete the first part, I'll share it with you. Once I complete the second part, I'll share it with you. So third part, then I'll share it with you, and so on. All right, so that everything will be available in the graphic provided you pay the fees, right? So there will be 2 demo sessions, will be more than sufficient. Got it? So within 2 demo sessions, you can pay a fee. So once you reserve your seat, then so on the 3rd day onwards, like the 3rd day, right? So we'll continue with the session so that all necessary documents, everything will be shared with you, right? So that you can continue the session. Got it? Right? So do you have any doubts as of now? Anything you want to discuss with me? You can have a discussion. Then we'll get into the. Then I'll start the class. So anything you want to discuss with me? Is it Rajesh Garu? Anything you want to discuss with me?
Hello,
Otherwise,
this is Rajesh.
Yeah.
One clarification, in Linux, right, in shell scripting, using grep command, we are finding specific string and using the set command, we are replacing the particular specific string, right? Similarly, in Python, whether we can able to only replace the specific string in the file, or we have to write an entire file like that.
No, we have to replace this string. So here we're going to write small code, right? Not a big code. Right, like C or C++, Java, we are not going to write a big code here. Python is going to be very small code we are going to write. More or less, we have built-in functions. Without built-in functions also can write. But right, it's going to be very small code. But using built-in function, we will finish your code within 2 or 3 lines, more than that.
Okay, so we can replace the specific string in the file, right? Using Python.
Yeah. Python we can do. Because we have we have the 2 or 3 methods are available here, like sentence, like so we're going to read lines. We have different methods here. Read line will read a 1 line, single line. Read lines will read multiple lines. Like this, we have different method here. You can make use of that, right? So and then you can read the line and you can replace that line, right?
Yeah, that's right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, welcome. Okay. So any other doubt? So is there a certification after completing this course? So the participation certificate will be provided by the Logical Labs. If you really want to take certification, yes, we have a certification in Microsoft. You can take that certification, or we have certification in HackerRank that you can take. HackerRank is providing, the platform is providing a Python certificate, not only Python certification. So all other certifications they are providing, you can write the exam and you can get the certified by HackerRank, certified by. So I already told you the class duration is going to be for 40 hours. Right, it's going to be for 40 hours. Mishra Garu, Saurabh Mishra is going to be 40 hours. Anything else?
Sir, what is the difference between Python developer and Python scripting?
Python scripting is different. That case, when you want to develop your web application, you're going to use that Django and other frameworks. Python code is only like what, like if else, like list, all this, whatever I told you, right? This is a developer code. Scripting is different. We are going to use Django and other frameworks we are going to use to develop your web application using Python. But just whatever you are learning now, having this, we cannot develop web application, right? HTML code. Right? You have to write it. For this, a framework is required.
Okay, but see, now I am working as a Jira admin. Okay, so it requires some REST API called to do some automation. So it
Okay.
requires Python script.
Uh-huh.
So if I learn this course, can I implement the same using a Python script?
No, you cannot use Python script having this course, but do you know Python?
No, I don't have any idea.
But you have to learn Python, no? Then only you can go for Python scripting, right? Without learning
Okay.
Python, how do you go directly with Python? The prerequisite is Python, right?
Okay.
So first you have to learn Python, then go for Python. That's an extension course. We
Okay.
have Django framework like advanced. It comes in advanced Python.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Nagarjuna, you are coming to discuss something. Yes, Rajesh Karu, your hands are up. Tell me something you want to tell. Nagarjuna, you can speak. Anybody else? Shall I start my class? Okay, fine. Let me start the class. You can put down your hands, right? All of you, like if at all you have selected the hands up, right? So now let me get into Python. So every day we have 1 hour session. Got it? From 6:30 to 7:30. So I'll explain the concepts. After completing the concept, there is any example program. So I will use like ideally for some time, and I'll use Jupyter Notebook, Anaconda. I'll tell you what all you have to install, all those stuff I'll tell you. And then sometimes I use like online GBD compiler, right? Wherever it is required, whatever is required, I'll go with, right? And everything you can do it in IDLE also. Everything can use even Visual Studio also you can use. Any IDE you can use it, right? For writing a code for writing code with respect to IDE, you can write a code, right? So my thing is that if you use Visual Studio, will be well and good. So using Visual Studio, you can write. It supports all the technologies. Got it. So that case, you can go with Visual Studio, or you can go with Sublime Text, or these are the editors, Python editors. Like you can use Atom, right, or IDLE. So anything you can use. Anyway, we'll discuss that, right? So now let me go with introduction to first part. Introduction. First of all, we should know what is Python. Python is a general purpose language, right? It's a high level interpreted dynamic typed programming language created by Guido van Rossum, right? So it is a general purpose language. It's a high level language. So it has an interpretation, right? So you can go for Visual Code. Even you can go for PyCharm also. It's up to you. Depends upon the company, right? Or the project which you're working. Anything you can use. Right. So we were discussing about Python. Python is a general purpose language, right? So it is a high level language, but here we're going to use interpreter. It's only dynamically typed language. So like it is not strongly typed language, it is dynamically typed. When you store the value into a variable, so it is going to decide what kind of data type it is, right? So we are not going to prefix with data type. Like when you see C++, C language, Java, it is strongly typed language. Before the variable, when you assign the value to a variable, before the variable, you have to specify what kind of data type it is. Right, but as coming to Python, we are going to use interpreter, right? So line by line, it is going to read the code. There is any syntax, it will try to abruptly stop unless and until if you clear the syntax, right? If you clear the error, then only it will try to continue with the remaining parts of the code, right? But it is a dynamically typed language, right? Which has been created by Guido van Rossum, right? So like It is a general purpose, high level, interpreted, and dynamic type language. Got it? So next, so what is Python? I told you it is general purpose language. A language designed for use to be used to writing software-based application domain without being restricted to a particular domain. Without restricting a particular domain, you can write various software, gaming application, right? Like any kind of application you can develop, right? It's a general purpose language. It's a high level language, it's a neutral language, and automatic significant areas of computing such as memory allocation and so on. So it is interpreted, right? Python script is saved and executed in same format in which you create the script here, as opposed to compile language where the code is first translated to a set of machine specific instructions. So it is interpreted, right? So it is being translated to a specific instruction and then saved as an executable file. Right? Then it is going to be dynamically typed language, right? Means that Python parser automatically infers or identifies a type of variable. What kind of variable is it? So here we're going to use parser. Internally, the parser will interfere and then it will identify what kind of data is being stored here into a variable. Basic, right? Based on what kind of data you have assigned to the variable, it will decide, right? So at the same time, easy to understand and learn. So the syntax can be easily understood. It's not a new language, right? It's like other language, like C, C++, Java, but certain conditions we have it, like we have to use a indentation and so on, right? So free and open source language. It's an open source language, absolutely free of cost. So right, it has been registered in general public license. So it has not been charged, right? Fewer code lines, less time, right? You're going to write small code, right? So with less time, you're going to write the code here. Approved by data scientists, right? Python is increasingly becoming the top preferred language for all data science, machine learning, right? For everything. So it is a top preferred language here. There's huge community. Python has a huge community, which means in the case you can get stuck, there will be many fellow developers who can reach out for the help. Got it? So this is why we choose Python. That is why we go for a Python. Right? We understood what is Python. Python is going to be general purpose language, high level language, interpreted, right? Dynamically type. Whereas why should we go for a Python? So thing is that it is easy to understand. It is freely available, right? Only we're going to write a fewer code. It is approved by any like machine. We can use it in machine language, data science, and so on, right? It has a huge community. Right? What are the features of Python? Right? It has object-oriented class platform, rich library, simple to use, integrable, right? And then elegant syntax. These are the features of Python. Got it? So like we don't use it in object-oriented. Just now I told you about object-oriented. Right. So hoops concept we can implement. Inside the hoops concept we can write a Python code here. So cross-platform is available, right? So libraries are going to be very rich, simple to use. So I can integrate with any other technologies, right? So very elegant syntax here. These are the features of Python. So coming to web application, right? Where all we use it, right? So create web application of different levels of complexity using Python. We are using it Python for data analysis, machine learning, gaming development, automation. For all these areas, we use this Python here. Right. So Python is leading language choice for data analysis due to its popular libraries, including NumPy, Pandas. So many models are there, right? We're going to use for drawing your graph and everything, right? We're going to use NumPy and Pandas here, right? And machine learning to implement predictive analysis, right? So machine learning libraries like Scikit-learn, right? So like these models are available for especially for machine learning. So in the area of machine learning, we are going to use it for gaming development, right? So Pygame is available there, model is available there. Using this model, I can develop your gaming application automation. For automation, we are going to use right. So for these areas for automation, we're going to use Python. In these areas, we're going to use Python like web application, data analysis, machine learning, gaming development, automation. We're going to use Python, right? So these areas we're going to use Python. So we come to know the introduction part, like what is Python, right? Why do we go for a Python, right? So what are the futures of Python? So like what are which all areas, which application, what are the applications that we're going to use Python, right? So next one we're going to discuss about Python installation, right? In case you want to install a Python, what you have to do, you have to go for python.org/download. You go there and download it. Right. So first you have to download version 3.2 or something, like we have a latest version. So because it's supposed don't download version 2 or something, right? So you have to download only version 3 here. Got it? Above beyond 3, you can whatever the latest version, try to download, install it here. So first try to install the Python. Right. In case you want to use even like you want to use the product from Anaconda, like you want to use Jupyter Notebook or something like that case, what you do, you go for the anaconda.com/product individual. You go there, you can download your Anaconda, install it, right? Install the Anaconda Windows, right? Object. You can download it and you can install it, right? So directly even you can install Anaconda, right? Then so in case you're going to use Jupyter Notebook, there itself we can use Jupyter Notebook, right? Otherwise, you can go to datacamp.com community tutorials. From there you can access your Jupyter Notebook. All these things will show you, right? So currently now we have version 3.7, right? You can directly download Anaconda, install Anaconda. Once you have installed, right, you have a Jupyter Notebook. Just to run the notebook, type Jupyter Notebook, right? So like this, you can able to install it. But already I have my Python in my laptop already. For last other batches I have installed, I showed it, right? Either I have IDLE, I have Python already. So in case you want to test whether the Python is available or not, what you have to do, you have to go to command prompt, right? Just go to command prompt and then check whether you have Python up there or not. So like I'll go to command prompt now. I'll share the command prompt. Right, and I'm going to check Python. -version. See here, it is 3.12.1. That is the latest version. Got it. We have Python here. Got it. So like this, I can go to command prompt and check whether Python is available. Yes, it is available. Already installed. The Python got installed here. Right. So in case you want to know Anaconda, right, whether Anaconda is available. So like you want to use Anaconda here, that is what you do. You go to the browser, right? Or so you can have Anaconda prompt also, like right. In the search, you can type Anaconda. So Anaconda prompt or Anaconda navigator will get it. I'll share it with you. Already I've installed Anaconda here. See, we have Anaconda. Once it is loaded, I can share it with you, Anaconda. Getting loaded, it takes some time to load it. I'm opening Anaconda app. Similar way, I have Anaconda prompt also. You have Anaconda prompt, Anaconda PowerShell. So this is the Anaconda prompt. Right, from here also you can check Python, followed with -- version. Right, so it's going to have 3.11.7. See here, there is a difference. Got it? So like we have inside the Anaconda also we have Python. So no need to install Python separately. You can install from downloading Anaconda, installing Anaconda. It has Python along with it. You can it's automatically install here, right? So then in case you want to navigate, you need a navigator here, right? Yes, we have a navigator, right? It has list of like see, there's a new version of Anaconda Navigator available. They strongly recommend you to update. It's asking me to update, right? So remind me later. I'll say remind me later, right? So then I'll close it. And now see here, you're able to see my Anaconda Navigator. It has lot of what is the products available here, right? I'm going to use only notebook, Jupyter Notebook, like Data Spell. We have Anaconda Toolbox, Cloud Notebook. We have, right? So you can able to connect with AWS also, Visual Studio. So through Visual Studio also, you can able to launch my Anaconda, right? You can use Oracle Cloud Infrastructure and so on, whatnot, right? We have PowerShell, right? Anaconda PowerShell. Right, likewise, we have many things here. Got it? PyCharm Professional, RStudio. Right, likewise, we have some many tools are available, but I'm going to use Jupyter Notebook here. I'm going to click on Jupyter. I'm going to click on Launch. Launch button. We'll try to launch a Jupyter Notebook. I'm going to launch a Jupyter Notebook here. So your Jupyter Notebook is going to be like this, right? So list of files is going to share with you, right? And then this running, right? So what are the, go to running tab, you can see the kernels, language servers, terminals, it's going to give you the information about it, right? Now go to the files here, going to show all the files here, right? So now click on new, then click on, you can go to new notebook, terminal, console, new file, new folder, anything you can create here. Like even when you click on new file, it is going to show your new file here, right? So that is called untitled.txt at the bottom. It is called untitled text4.txt, right? It is going to show the text regular notepad. Jupyter Notepad is going to show. Here, you can type your code here, right? Here you can type your code here. Or else what you can do is that now you can go to like, go here, then you can select terminal. You can click on terminal. It will take you to Jupyter Notebook terminal here, right? So this is the PowerShell, right? So like you can get the PowerShell here and then you go for the console. Right now it's going to it's asking which kernel you want to use. I'll say PowerPoint 3 selected. So it is showing the terminal here, right? So like enhance interactive Python type question mark for help, right? So like or else what you do, you can go for new file, new folder. I click on notebook now. When I click on notebook, it will take you to the notebook like this. So each and every notebook here is going to consist of cells here. You can type your code in the cells and you can execute it. Now say for example, right, A equal to 10, right? So now it should not end with semicolon here. And I'm going to say B equal to 20, right? C equal to A plus B. I'm going to just type it like, right? And then I'm going to say print this. It is all inside the cell here, right? Now you have to run the cell. Just click run, so now you're getting the output. So anything you can write it on the cell, right? Even a big code can be written inside the cell here. So that will get executed, right? For which what you have to go to Jupyter Notebook. You have to name the Jupyter Notebook here. It has an extension called J. So that is IPYNB, right? It has an extension called IPYNB. So now we can say sample like day one dot, right? So like you're going to you can name like this day one. What is the day one Jupyter Notebook? So they can see what all we are discussing, right? So likewise we can open Jupyter Notebook and we can add so notebooks, terminal, console, right? A new file. You can create a folder. You can add those files into the folder. So we can do everything here, right? You can download, open, right? We have list of tabs here, download, right? Rename all the files, duplicate the name, delete the folder of files. So right, and you can see now, see here kernels, what are the kernels are available? Right, we have already working on Python 3. Right here inside this Jupyter notebook, I've opened the console, I've opened the notebook. What all operation you perform, that you can see here. So what all running will show here. In case you want to shut down all, you can click on shut down all and you can shut down it here. Got it. So like it is similar to Google Colab. Colab. Yeah. Yes. Yes, Uday Garu. Is equal to Google Colab. Right. Like MATLAB. MATLAB, Colab, what all same. Right. All are like same family. Same like even Jupyter Notebook is similar like MATLAB, Colab. Correct. Got it. Yeah. Right. So like we can use Jupyter Notebook, right, and so on. Now let me go back to my PPT. So like you can download it. All right, you can download Jupyter Notebook and make use of Jupyter Notebook or Visual Studio, any kind of tools you can use it here. Right. So anything you want to install, you can go to python.org. Right, you can download anaconda.com directly. You can download anaconda.com and you can use all those stuff here. Got it? You can use Jupyter Notebook also. Right. So now we'll go for the Vital Python. Right. So we're going to discuss locate and open your Anaconda navigate. Just now I showed you. Right. Search for Jupyter Notebook in Anaconda navigate and click on it. I showed you what all are there. Right. Notebook, like notebook is there, command prompt is there, like console is there, like right. So new file is there, new folder is there. I've selected just now I showed you notebook and selected, and it is meant of sales here. A new window should be open in the web browser. So Jupyter will be working on the browser, right? It is also called a script actually. Got it? So like what do we do now? So in the cell, we are going to type the code. Got it? So we're going to type the code here, like what are the mathematical operation you can perform with respect to in the Jupyter Notebook or like that, like MATLAB, you can perform operation. For addition, you're going to use plus. For subtraction, minus. For multiplication, asterisk. For division, you're going to use slash. For integer division, I want to have only integer value. When I divide 5 divided by 2, what you get? You get a fractional part, right? Like we have float value. I don't want float value, right? I want to display only integer value. That case, you go with double slash. Exponent. For exponent, we're going to use double asterisk. For modular remainder, you're going to use percentage symbol. Got it? So all this operation you can perform in this cell here. 5 plus 2 into minus. It is an expression. You know what is an expression, right? So it is a combination of it's a combination of operand and operator is called as an expression. So this is an operand, right? 5, 2, and 3 is an operand. But then the operator plus asterisk and minus is an operator. Right? This is one kind of expression here, mathematical expression. I'm going to do mathematical operation here in this cell. Likewise, you're immediately going to get an output, right? Like Colab, like MATLAB is going to give the output like this, right? You're going to enter all the operation, expression, everything on the cell, each and every cell, right? You can work on the cell here. Got it? Like this, we can perform mathematical operation, right? Order of operation, like order of evaluation. Even in C language, we have a BODMAS rule, right? In C++, Java, right? And C, right? All other languages we call it BODMAS rule, right? Always we start with, if at all the expression is enclosed with parentheses, so it will be executed first, then followed with based on the operation. Like if it is going to be division and multiplication, will have a same precedency, right? Operator precedency. So that is the expression contains division and multiplication. First division will be executed, then you go for multiplication, or plus and minus is there, right? So then it will perform plus, then go for subtraction. So similar way here also Python also have the order of operation, right? Like it is called as PMDAS, right? PMDAS, like parenthesis first, exponentation second, multiplication and division third, addition and subtraction fourth. So this both are same only. BODMAS rule, they change the name called PEMDAS. PEMDAS. They change the name as PEMDAS. Right, you go with parenthesis, exponentation, then multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. The only thing is that they add parenthesis, right? But there also we have parenthesis. Right, consider the expression now 5 plus 2 into minus 3. Right, first you're going to perform 2 into 3. Got it? So 2 into 3 is minus 6. 5 minus 6. Then actually what will be the output? 1 minus 1 will be the output. Got it? So the subtract 5 to third power, right? Which is 53 from 100 and divide the result by 5. Right? This is an exercise you have to do it. Right? This is an exercise. Subtract 5 to the third power. Right? Which is 53 here. From 100 and divide the result by 5, you're going to do it. Then expression, right? So like now coming to what are the different types of number type, right? When I say type of 6, when I say type of 6, what is going to give? What type of data it is? It is going to say integer type, right? I'm going to say type of 6 like this, right? I'll go to my Jupyter notebook. Right here, I'm going to say type of 6. I'm going to use a method called type method. We're going to tell what kind of data type is it because it's a dynamically typed language, right? Because Python is a dynamically typed language. The parser will interpret it in between and it will take care and will take over and it's going to check what kind of data because it is not a strongly typed language. Python is not a strongly typed language. It's a dynamically typed language. So when you say type of 6, it's going to tell what kind of data type is it. Right now, when you run this, you're going to say integer. Right? I'm going to say type of 66 point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right now, when I press run here, right, it's going to say float. Right? So it is going to tell what kind of because it's a dynamically typed language. Because it's dynamically typed language, right? Now we have something called float also. I'm going to say float of, right? I'm going to use float of 6.23. Right now, let me see what it is like. It is going to print in the float format. So it's going to print 6.23 in the float format. Got it. So then, like we can display the complex format also and so on. Like we are going to use type, float, integer. I'm saying integer of 2.3. Right? We're going to print only integer value. Now see here. So we're going to that case we have different functions, predefined functions. I can type it on the different cell and execute it then and there. Got it? So these are the different types of we can come to know what kind of data is it because it's dynamically typed language. Because it's a dynamically typed language. Got it? So next one, right? So then we're going to discuss about variables. I'm going to discuss about variables. What is a variable? I'm going to discuss about variable, right? I'm going to discuss about variable. You know what is a variable? Variable is nothing but to store the value, right? To store the values here, I'm going to assign some value into a what is that? Literal. I'm going to store the values into a literal. So that is called as a variable, right? Variables are memory slots that can store elements of any type. So it is a memory slots. I can store the values of any type. They can vary through any through a given program. So it is a memory slot that can store elements of any type. Right? I can store any values that is into a variable. Like a is also a variable. Num is also a variable. I can store some value into it. At the runtime, I can store any value into my variable. Right? Even I can change my values. Right? For which we're going to use input function. Right? We're going to use input function. At the runtime, to get the values from the variable, I'm going to use input function. Right? I'm going to use input function. The input function, right, will try to get the value, but the input function will store the value to variable in the form of a string. I have to convert this into a value. Right? I have to use parseof. Right? I want to use integer.parseof. Then I have to convert it into a integer value. Again, I have to store it on the variable. Right? So likewise, like what is a variable? It's a memory slot that can store the element on the type of any type here. The value can vary through a given program. Like this, I can able to store the value and I can perform some operation. Right? I'm doing my increment, but here we don't have incrementation operator, right? But how do we represent? We going to represent as x plus 1. Right? Then y equal to 4.0. Then I'm going to increment the value here. Now see here, I'll show you. Right? Go back to your Jupyter notebook here, like x equal to 10.5, like 10, right? Now x, like y equal to x plus 1, or I can store x equal to x plus 1, right? Then print x. Now execute it. 11. We get the output as 11 here. Now see here, like this, I can able to increment my value also. For which what I'm going to do, I'm going to initialize my value, right? I'm going to add 1 to it, then I'm going to print the value of x. Got it? Like then it can perform incrementation. Incrementation can be done in this way here. Either it is going to be a floating point value or it is going to be integer value. You can able to, right? You can able to increment the value here, right? I can able to reassign the value also, right? At the same time, I'm reassigning a value into the variable x also here, right? This is a reassigning a variable here, right? Now, for example, I'm going to assign y equal to 10, right? Or I can use 10, right? So then I'm going to assign like y equal to, right? What is the value of y here? It is 10, y minus, right? So I'm going to say y minus 10.0, something like that. Then I'm going to print the value of y. Now let me execute it. See here, I'm going to print 0.0. So I can able to change the type also, right? I can able to change now, which is the higher type here. So 10.0 is the higher type, right? I can do type conversion. Implicit type conversion can also be done. So now automatically it's changing and it's adjusting to the higher data type here, right? So y is an integer type here, right? But I'm subtracting y to my float value. So this is a higher data type here. So automatically it's converting to a higher data type. This is a type conversion can also be done. Type conversion can also be done here. Got it? So we can do all these things here in Python. Got it? So like this, I can change my data type here, right? So then we have import keyword, right? And then variable names, right? Multiple variables, comments, all the stuff we'll discuss tomorrow, right? All the stuff we can discuss tomorrow. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. If you have any doubts, yes, Rajesh Garu, what is the doubt? You can tell me. You're able to understand my language, right? Am I going fast?
Sorry, is question for me or?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You,
yeah, I can able.
right? That's what I'm asking you. Your hands are always
Yeah,
raised.
yeah, I can able to understand.
Okay. It's my style. Like I ask everybody.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's my style. I make sure that you guys are able to understand my language. Like you can able to understand my explanation. I've done with. I'm able to go with your style. You are able to understand. Like, just want to confirm you. Based on that, you can drive my class, right? Like yes, Venkatesa, you can explain. You can tell me. Like,
Yeah, hi sir. Actually, I have a small doubt. What is the difference between this course and advanced Python? Actually, this syllabus contain almost all in Python.
see, advanced Python, we do teach Django and other technology, like NumPy, right? So, like other modules also we do teach, like so that case, right? So, as of now, I don't have my. Let me check it. Uh, I frame the syllabus. Like, one moment. Web scrapping, right? All the stuff we teach, like certified Python course curriculum is there, like. So like we don't support project, but right, I can ready. I'm ready to give you the project. Only you have to do it, right? If you have any doubts, you can pose the question to the backend team. They will in turn will send the mail to me and I'll support. That way only we'll support here. Right? I do give project. Yes. I do give project provided you have to work on it. So because already all the concept I'm teaching you, right? With that you have to try to do it, right? So then if you have any hiccups, any problem, you can send a mail to the developer team, like backend team. They will in turn will send me. I will work on it. I'll send it to you. Yeah, we do give project, but first I'll give you a small project. Got it? And one moment, I'll share you the advanced course. Yeah, I have advanced Python syllabus here. So like we'll discuss about networking in Python, threading in Python, right? So then we're going to discuss about GUI building library. Hello. Somebody- I think like Rajesh was asking, right? About advanced Python.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Somebody was asking about advanced Python.
Yes, sir. It's me, Venkata Sai.
Venkatesai, that's what I'm telling you.
Yeah,
I do
Yes.
so image processing using Python, numerical processing using Python, data analysis using Python, right? All these things, UI in Python, how to create button, canvas, checkbox, frames, table, list box, everything.
Yeah,
Like
yes, sir.
you're listening, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
A lot of disturbances are there. I couldn't able to.
Yes, sir. Understood. Listening.
Please kindly all of you mute your mic, right? Still I'm hearing the voice.
Your primary this week. Yeah, it looks like me. Yes.
Devi Garu, can you mute it? Eki Devi.
Yes,
Patan,
sir.
okay, please mute it, right? Because there's a lot of disturbances are there. Mr. Patan Garu also can mute it, right? So like I was telling you, like what all in the advanced topic we discussed. Object-oriented programming, a recap would be that threading in Python, database programming in Python. These all I cover here in the same course. Networking, from networking onwards. Networking, GUI in Python, right? Basic image processing, numerical processing using Python, data analysis using Python, right? So like data frames and all the stuff we discussed, like data visualization in Python, regular expression, web scraping, already I told you, right? All these things we discuss in advanced Python. Along with that, we use a framework also. We teach Python frameworks like Django and other tools that we teach. Got it?
Yes, sir. Got it. Thank you.
So this all will be taught in the advance. Venkatesai. Okay. Any other doubts?
Yes, sir. No, sir. Good.
Okay. So anything else? Other people want to talk with me. Other they want to have a doubt clarified here. Like so, if you don't have doubts, we'll wind up this session and we'll have it tomorrow.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, actually, I missed the class from starting only, sir. Sir, I need any.
The recording will be shared with you, madam. Today and tomorrow it's a demo class, right? That you will be shared the demo recordings to me. But third day onwards, if you pay the fees only, they will try to share your recording. Otherwise, they won't. 2 days will be the demo. What it you get the recording. You have to join the group here, WhatsApp group. There you can see my recording will be there. You can make use of the recording, no problem. So today and tomorrow, but tomorrow if you join today and tomorrow, so once you register your seat, then third day onwards you can get my recording.
Hello.
Hello, yeah, tell me.
Oh, sir, I'm trying to join in WhatsApp group, sir, but it's not processing.
You can talk with backend team, right? Because even I am not in that group. I'm not
Okay.
allowed to join the group.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
You can discuss with the backend team.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Anything else? Anything else?
No, sir. Nothing.
Okay, now I'm asking others. Imtiaz Patan, like Ahmad, Azam, Muhammad Abdul Salam, Nagarjuna, like Rishikesh, Santosh. You have any doubts? Udaya?
No, sir. No, sir. It's okay.
Okay.
No, sir, no.
You're clear, right? Okay, then I'll stop
Yes,
here.
yes.
Yes, sir.
We'll discuss tomorrow then. Okay.
Okay.
See you.
Okay,
Bye
sir.
bye.
Yes,
See
sir.
you. Bye bye.
Please.
Yeah.
Bye. Take care, sir.
Yeah. Okay. See you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.